Hello, I'm Tim Wendelboe and I'm a Norwegian barista. I was a World Barista Champion in 2004. I am owning a coffee shop in Oslo, Norway, where we also roast coffee, we import coffee. I also have a coffee farm in Colombia, which is called Finca El Suelo. And I've also written a couple of books on coffee in the past. My career started in 1998, where I actually just finished high school. I was 19 years old and I just needed a job and didn't really know what to study and so on. So after searching for a job for a while, I got a job at a coffee bar chain that's called Stockflets. That was located downtown in Oslo, and I didn't really drink coffee before that. But once I started working with good coffee or good tasting coffee, I started to appreciate its taste. So from there I started running one store, and then after that I also was running the whole chain, which had at that time 6 stores. So I was in charge of quality control and training baristas and so on. And then after winning the World Barista Championship in 2004, I decided to move on and quit Stockflets, and then I opened my own store and roastery in 2007, so 10 years ago we've been up and running. The reason why I work with the coffee, I think it kind of started more as a geeky thing, that I really loved working with the espresso machine and trying different coffees. But now it's more because of the people and the kind of variety of things that you can do in coffee. I can work in the coffee shop, serving guests, or I can do some roasting. I do quality control every Monday. I also travel to farms all around the world to help farmers improve their products and so on. So for me it's been a crazy almost 20 years, but I never get tired of working in it. I always enjoy what I'm doing, and it's still fun, so I'll probably continue doing this for a while. Coffee in Norway is all about filter coffee actually. It's a very, very long history and tradition for drinking filter coffee in Norway, and most of the commercial roasters are roasting quite light and also buying quite good qualities of coffee. So I think that's one of the reasons why coffee has been put on the coffee map around the world as being one of the countries that has great quality coffee, because the smaller roasters who are competing against the big ones, they need to step up their game a little bit, since the big ones actually import quite good qualities. Most people drink coffee in the office and also at home. Coffee is free always in the office, and it's kind of the only drink that you ask people if they want, if they come visit you. You always ask if you want a cup of coffee. So it's a very, very social drink for us, but also kind of a drink that we drink a lot, because we're I think second place in the world that drinks the most per capita. So coffee is a big thing in Norway. Now, the reason why I started getting interested in owning my own farm is because I've been traveling a lot for the last 10 years to visit farmers that I've been working with, the same farmers every year, and trying to improve their quality. And it was kind of a natural thing when I started roasting my own coffee. I early understood that it doesn't really matter how much we do trials and errors and test and try to improve our roasting technique if the ingredients aren't good. So if you start off with poor ingredients or old coffee or something, it doesn't really matter what you do with the roaster, the coffee is never going to taste good. So that's why I started traveling more to origin to help the farmers improve the quality and also develop the qualities that I want to drink and I want to buy. And that sort of led to me finally purchasing some land in Colombia. I bought it from a farmer that I've been working with since 2012. And the reason why I did it was because I'm slowly starting to believe that there has to be a different way of growing coffee in order to improve the quality without using so much pesticides and fungicides and chemicals, because I don't believe that's very sustainable. So after I bought the land, I ended up taking some soil biology classes with Dr. Elaine Ingham, and that's the kind of techniques that I'm going to test out on the farm and try to prove to the world that we can grow better and more coffee by using no chemicals or mineral fertilizers. So by only using compost teas and extracts and so on. So far it's not been a great success. I'm in the 3rd year now of farming, and I'm slowly realizing that I really need to be there a lot more in order to make this farm work well. So the kind of transition period from bare soil that has not been touched to a healthy soil with healthy coffee plants needs a lot of attention, and unfortunately my time is limited at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I will make it work. It's just a matter of time, I hope. I recently visited 3 of the farmers that I work with, Gilberto Barahona in El Salvador, at Finca Los Pirineos, and Jobnil Caceres Dios in Honduras, in Finca Nacimiento, and Marisabel and Moises Caballero down in south in Honduras. The reason why I go there every year is to you know, discuss new ideas of stuff we can test on the farm, and also taste new varieties that they've planted and so on. So we need to kind of follow up every year to make sure that we develop the quality in the direction that we want to do together. It's been a long time since I did it. I competed in 2004, that was my last time. But it's a lot of preparation. First of all, for me, it's about finding a really good coffee and making that taste great with a good roast. And then you kind of make sure your technique is so good that you don't really have to think about it when you compete. So it's all about practicing your 15-minute routine in the barista competition. You also need to, of course, taste and create a signature drink and so on. And it's all in the details. So every single detail that you're going to do on stage needs to be thought through. Anything from the choice of milk to the choice of cups to the order you serve the drinks in, what you say, how you say it, when you say it, and so on. So it takes a lot of practice. You need some to have some good presentation skills for sure. But in the end, it's all about making sure the judges are having a great time and serving them a fantastic coffee. And that should be the focus, I think, for competing baristas. Not so much the concepts around you know, the coffee itself, but just making sure that the judges are having a fantastic time. Well, it's not that difficult actually to learn how to taste anything. I would basically recommend that you start by buying 2 or 3 different coffees that are very different, not 3 different Kenyan coffees, but maybe 1 Kenyan coffee, a Brazilian coffee, and maybe an Ethiopian coffee. And then you can brew them on a French press or a V60 or whatever, side by side, and taste them side by side. It's much easier to taste or be able to describe flavors when you have something to compare to. It also helps to go to public cuppings on coffee shops or attend any cupping events, and tasting coffees with the coffee professionals that are used to tasting coffees and discussing the coffees afterwards. At least that helped me a lot when I started to learn how to taste coffee. So other than that, I just recommend tasting anything, whether it's beer or wine or cheese, or you know, and try to describe what you're actually tasting. That's been a real help for me, at least. So the service we will be doing at the La Marzocco Cafe in Seattle will be quite similar to what we're doing in Norway. We don't do any food or anything in our cafe, so all the focus will be on the coffee itself. So we will have 2 different espressos, one more sweet and less acidic coffee from Colombia, from Finca Tamana, and then we will have Ethiopian washed Sidamo coffee from Hunkutu Cooperative. That's more floral and quite bright and acidic and very citric. We will also do only AeroPress coffees for the black coffee serving. And there will be a coffee menu, so you can choose from different coffees. I think we'll have 4 coffees on the menu that has very different tastes. We'll also have a AeroPress tasting flight, so you can come with a friend and buy a taste flight, and you'll be able to taste 4 coffees made on the AeroPress and have a good explanation from the baristas what to look for when you taste them and so on. Of course, we'll do all the lattes and cappuccino drinks, but we'll do them in the format that we actually do in Norway. So with whole milk only, organic whole milk, and served in small glasses, not in the huge you know, buckets that you can find somewhere in the US. So 8 ounce is our largest size actually, and that's our latte. And you might ask, why do you do the small sizes? Well, we want the milk drinks to actually taste coffee. So the less milk you have, the more coffee you're gonna taste. So I just launched our new video blog as well. That will be published on YouTube and also on our websites. And the whole idea with it is that we do get a lot of requests on Instagram and Twitter of whenever we post something, people want to know more. So I kind of like watching short videos myself, and have been thinking about this for a while. And also I do get a lot of requests like, why can't you film from the farm and so on. So the first video we posted was an interview with a friend of mine, Diego, who helps me translate while I'm in Colombia and also helps me work on my farm in Colombia. And I did the interview last year, so the video was supposed to come out last year, but we published it now. And in the next videos we'll be publishing some material from my recent visit to Kenya, where I was sourcing coffee. We will be posting a video from my farm in Colombia, where I've been making compost. I'll be posting videos from my trip here in Honduras, in El Salvador, and also here in Mexico, to show you how I've been working to select coffees for Noma. And also in the future we'll probably do some videos from our bar, where we show you how we serve coffee. It can be from our roastery, it can be anything that's related to coffee that I find interesting and that I want to share with people. So hopefully we'll get some followers who will enjoy watching those videos. Before I started in coffee, I always dreamt about being a chef. I really enjoy cooking, so I think maybe that would be a job that I could do. I thought I wanted to do marketing, but I very early realized, after going to marketing school for a year, that that was not for me. So yeah, I think being a chef, or even a carpenter actually, because I really like to work with my hands and build stuff and fix stuff. So maybe a carpenter making furniture, or cook in a good restaurant. That probably would be my top choices.